Please.
Thank you very much for everybody for introducing yourself. And of course, let me share also on behalf of President of the Foundation, Mr. Paolo Del Bianco, our great pleasure in having today a meeting with the representative of the Kyoto Seika University, and together with Oshino-san, that it is our first ambassador and representative in Japan since a long time. And it's a person that we owe a lot of appreciation and gratitude for all what she's doing so far for promoting the dialogue between Florence and Kyoto. While we are waiting for President of Kyoto Seika University, Sako Sensei, I would like to thank Manabu Kitawaki-san for having selected a nice and sympathetic working group of students from Kyoto who accepted our invitation and to take part in our project. That would like to, in very short, would like to create a global interconnection between students and young people from all over the world, talking about culture, talking about cultural diversity, and opening their mind and their soul to the principles that move the foundation since its beginning. So the dialogue, to promote the dialogue, to promote peace, to the leverage, thanks to the leverage and the attraction by culture, by beauty, and by harmony. So again, after those few words, paying our appreciation for our Japanese friends, let me invite Carlotta Del Bianco. She is Vice President of the Romualdo Del Bianco Foundation and President of the Life Beyond Tourist Travel to Dialogue movement, to say some words that warm up this meeting, and then we will continue our presentation. And I have seen Sako Sensei. Okay, when he will be ready, he will be most welcome. Okay, Carlotta, so please, the floor, and Caterina, of course. The floor is yours for continuing this special meeting. Thank you.
So, good morning, konnichiwa. We are in morning, so is really a pleasure to meet you. We are sorry because we are not in a formal situation. We are out of Florence, actually in sort of family vacation, but we couldn't miss this important moment because on behalf of the foundation, on behalf of the president of the foundation, of all our family, we must say that this is a very important moment for the foundation and for the Life Beyond Tourism movement, because we have we are starting a new activity with Japan and with Kyoto, thanks to your participation. So I would like to say hello to Professor President Sako-san, Mr. Kitawaki, dear Hoshino-san. Without you, this could have never been possible, this new friendship and so on. Dear friends from Kyoto Seika University. So we are very, very glad for this day, for this opening of the Live Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue Info Day in your institution. So our appreciation to the President Osubui Sako-san, who since he subscribed the Memorandum of Understanding in September 2020 has boosted our collaboration and the participation of the Kyoto Seika University in our scientific initiatives. A collaboration that, however, is long, dating back until 2001, when a group of students handed by Mr. Manabu Kitawaki took part in one of our international workshops. In particular, we always remind our visit to the Opificio delle Pietre Dure to assist the restoration of the Giotto's crucifix, now on display in Santa Maria Novella, back. I would like also to express a heartfelt greetings to Ms. Hoshino Tsuji, expert, member of our foundation and ambassador, who is also a former graduate from Kyoto Seika University and contributes a lot to keep our partnership strong and active, also with the Kyoto municipality. As many of you know, the purpose of the Romualdo del Bianco Foundation and its Life Beyond Tourism movement is to contribute in creating exchanges and interconnections between different cultures, starting from the awareness of one's own identity while respecting diversity and involving young generation in it. Life Beyond Tourism movement does emphasize the vision of a commitment of World Heritage Sites and their people as well, reaching visitors from different countries to use this wealth to make themselves available to the international community, to encourage intercultural encounters, sharing, solidarity. In details, Life Beyond Tourism is not tourism. It's not tourism at all. It is primarily a commitment in increasing the region's awareness and interest of young people in local cultural identity and their capacity in contributing to the attractiveness of the sites they live and work, and to the cohesive territorial development based on mutual respect and intercultural dialogue between the local communities and the visitor communities. In other words, it is a purpose for a new cultural and commercial offer with the new ethic, where local community, I would say the learning communities, become travelers inclusive by transforming the hasty visitor into temporary resident, by making local art and culture as effective factors of intercultural encounters and dialogue beyond tourism. Indeed, far beyond tourism, life beyond tourism. Nowadays, the international program of the Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue Info Days marks a new turning point in our action, because from the scientific, like conference, seminars, and educational activities, workshop courses, and so on, produced so far, now we are all together turned to make them be part of an operational experience on site, to actively cooperate for the cultural, economic, and human development of their community through the practical implementation of the Foundation's Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue methodology. We know that the Kyoto Seika University is creating an important working group of people today attending this meeting. We are welcoming you all, and we are sure that with this experience, you will learn about Life Beyond Tourism ethics by attending our e-learning courses and project guidelines, and Simone will describe it all later. Produce a cultural storytelling on Kyoto region by implementing the Life Beyond Tourism methodology, a work that, according to the Life Beyond Tourism criteria, put into light the authenticity of your local cultural expression, tradition and customs, traditional know-how, and the typical products from that know-how, and be barrier and convey protectors, I would say, of those values and knowledges in the international community of the Foundation, and contribute with your creativity to enhance the international visibility of Kyoto Seika University and the Kyoto region through our portal, social newsletters, and initiatives, thus promoting the Travelers for Values inflow and Travelers Inclusive Community, and exhibit, of course, your work during an international festival. We will have held it the first of our quinquennial program. The first will be November 25, 26. That is ideally a place that will unite youngsters at intercontinental level in the growth of their awareness about the importance in interpreting their own cultures and communicating it strategically, even with or through images and pictures. So by displaying your cultural storytelling on Kyoto and its region, and it will be either on the website and in Florence, we all will be committed in increasing the region's awareness and interest of young people and local community in the original cultural resources, as well as increase the attractiveness in terms of number of potential flow visitors who are sincerely moved to learn and live their experience of travel, thus contributing to the intercultural dialogue between local communities and travel community. So bring not only money, but experience and desire of a deepened knowledge for your region. We believe that this is a crucial activity, especially for the cultural and the educational centers, because the pronounced globalization process, nothing to say the current pandemic, of course, brought tourism to destroy progressively the identity of many of these landmarks and local traditions and customs, which is a very painful for younger generation, because it's a loss, a big loss. And you know that Florence and Kyoto are very similar one to each other and are in a very similar situation. World Heritage Sites, we are twinned in many different ways. And with this important vision we have on our spot marks, we risk to lose the attention on the region, on the countryside, on the experience that come from the region itself to build and to the building of our heritage of today. So they come from the outside of the city, and this is important to transmit also to the younger generation and to all those who are interested in traveling to Japan to visit Kyoto. Kyoto is not just Kyoto with its monuments and beautiful landmarks, but it is what it has been in the centuries, built through and in the interconnection with the region. So it is important to give travelers the knowledge on how to get a better understanding of what is and has been the process of becoming such an important city for the world. So this is an opportunity that could greatly contribute to the better interpretation and communication of the region's identity, for promoting a new form of travel that's contributing substantially to lay the groundwork for the territorial development, but also to the human progress in terms of sharing identities, intercultural dialogue, and inclusiveness. In other words, your participants will realize how the important implementation of the life beyond tourism methodology in their territory will realize the combination, a synergic combination of the UNESCO Convention 1972, World Heritage, 2003, Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage, and 2005, Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expression, and ICOMOS, ISC Charter of Name. Thus, we believe that your participants will live an experience that allows to deploy their intellectual potential to enhance their professional practice and gain international experience within the framework of the network of the foundation. Our strong invitation, therefore, in this post-pandemic is rethink the concept of interpreting heritage and travel, retracing the philosophy and practice of life beyond tourism with the 2019 manifesto of the Romualdo Del Bianco Foundation up to its 2019 appeal to the international community, which is called the Heritage for Building Peace. And very soon we will review it and share with our international network before presenting it to the international organizations. So Kyoto Seika University is, of course, welcome and invited to support it. I would like to conclude by making again my congratulations to the representative and staff of the Kyoto Seika University, all for your participation, closeness, and belief in this multi-phase challenge, cultural, ethical, and economic. The foundation would like to undertake together with its most reliable and active partners. And you are one of these important partners with whom we would like to go on and start to change some of this approach to interpretation, presentation, and travel. So thank you very much. And I leave back to Simone, who is always so helpful in making this connection. I thank you all deeply from, I must say, deeply from our heart, not only in a professional way, but also in a very human way. We are very close. Hoshino-san knows it very much, how close we are to Kyoto, to Japan, and to your institution. So we have to make the change, and we can do all together. We can do it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, dear Carlotta and dear Caterina. And if may I have the pleasure to see Professor Sacco Sensei at the head of the table, and of course, let me express our appreciation, dear Mr. President Sacco Sensei, for your presence in spite of the so many duties, and in general for your belief, since we met for the first time in Florence. Our partnership with Kyoto as a new, let's say, renaissance, let's say, to use a very a Florentine term. So thank you for being here, and please let us share your message and greetings and thoughts. We will listen to you with great pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please. It's okay. Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry for this technical problem. So thank you very much for inviting me to give a message. I'm very happy. I'm sorry, we are like in a kind of a dense place, so we have to keep the mask. Sorry for that. So as it was mentioned in this general, idea is, how do we understand tourism? How do we link the tourism with the local culture and also the local knowledge? And also, how do we can work on what we call inclusive tourism? So maybe you may know that Kyoto is receiving about 50 million tourists per year. So which starts to become a big problem. Maybe before the COVID-19, the population of Kyoto was complaining about the large number of tourism, especially from outside of Japan. And then they even, start to treat people or start to treat that kind of tourism as a kind of pollution or polluted tourism. So it's a kind of something they need because it boosts also the economy. But at the same time, they wanted to reject people because they think that people were not respected enough, not respected the local, culture or even local behavior. So when I first attend your meeting, I think that was the point. So how do you understand? We understand tourism. So not only as an economical, attitude or activity, but at the same time, as an activity of conservation, as an activity which can also give more value to the local culture. So that idea really, make me think a lot about even tourism in Mali too, because at the same time in Mali, once they, they subscribe one site on the UNESCO as a UNESCO heritage. So we start to have a lot of tourism. And then those tourists, usually they don't link with the local culture of the local people. So tourism was seen as something which comes outside and pollute the localities or the local culture. So I think this idea today with young students help them to understand not only this economical sense or side of the tourism, but at the same time, so how it can cope with the culture, the local culture, or how the local culture can be more inclusive in the tourism activity. Recently, I have been working with a few Kyoto people about like the new type of tourism. For example, like, I mean, which is more inclusive, which is more local, and then also which is more committed tourism, because as you mentioned, that the tourists are not only travelers, but they are a kind of, what do you say, short-term resident. And then that type of tourism is very important because maybe you know about Kyoto. We have some area in Kyoto here, almost 25% of the houses are empty, actually. And then people start to use those houses as Airbnb. And then a lot of people in Kyoto are rejecting the idea of Airbnb, actually, because people come as a temporary visitor. They don't really embrace or respect, you know, the local culture sometimes. And then people are not seeing this as a kind of a good activity. So for me, in the next future, it will be very interesting for other students, you know, to be more, you know, interested in this kind of system, and also try to work on it. What type of tourism is more inclusive? So I was thinking, I'm sorry to be long, I was thinking to say, okay, if we have one tourist coming to my place, he can sleep in my house, he eats in Yoshino's house, and after he'll go to take bath in Manabu's house. So it's a kind of like, I mean, all the people, there is the welcome the tourist, so he's part of the community. So why don't we work on those kind of more inclusive community, and then also to let the tourist understand more the local culture than just being here as a temporary visitor, and also try to see you know, the place which are in the pictures. And then, so, I mean, that's, I mean, the big idea behind all those things. So today, as you were saying, this life beyond tourism, of course, is a tourism, is a travel, is a something, but it's a discovery for us. So we want students to discover more things. Why they need to discover? Because by discovering other culture can help them to understand themselves, can help them to understand what are the value of their own cultures, actually. So this is what we are working on, and I hope we will have more collaboration in the next future, and then we can also work on that and give students more opportunity really to think about Kyoto, which is not only here for hosting, you know, travelers or for only making hotels, but to make fans of Kyoto, to make people who help, you know, to conserve Kyoto, and then who can help also Kyoto people to understand even Kyoto. Thank you very much for this short message, and then I hope we will have a nice time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. President Sako Sensei. Your words were very inspiring, and honestly, let me say that your words makes my presentation useless, because you perfectly highlighted all the best aspects of life beyond tourism. That you use a very important word, inclusiveness. Inclusiveness is one of the aspects that the current tourism completely neglect. And while through Life Beyond Tourism, we would like to make people aware of cultural diversity and get closer each other, because we are losing an opportunity for making the world a better place to live. So, dear President, Mr. Sako, again, we can, after the next greeting message of Manabu-san and Oshino-san, again, my presentation will repeat your thoughts, your concepts, and your outstanding presentation of what is the future of the travel. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
And of course, I mentioned, if may I go on, we can't go on without some words from another person that worked a lot on field of collaboration between us. So I would like also to ask to Manabu-san some words for making this meeting even warmer, also warmer, because it is a very it's a very warm meeting from the friendship point of view.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. For providing this opportunity and for us, and we are so happy to be here for this info day. And it is really exciting to start our collaboration like this, you know, as the official partner institute of Romano del Bianco Foundation and Life Beyond Tourism, you know, project. And you know, last year, you know, thanks to Hoshino-san's help and President Sako's initiative, we could conclude the agreement, you know, and so we are very honored and very happy, you know, to you know, start the new collaboration like this. And actually, some 20 years ago, in year 2001, we could send our first delegation. It's about the 10 students. We could send 10 students to Florence for Del Bianco Foundation's international event. And so it took us such a long time, you know, to, you know, since that time, you know, 20 years ago, you know, finally, we could, you know, make this happen and to develop our new, you know, development of our collaboration. And we are very honored and happy about that. And for the Florence in the World exhibition, which is now in progress, our student team, we have 7 of them, are very eager to make it a good opportunity to introduce the culture of Florence on campus. They are very enthusiastic. And we even named this project Amore Firenze. And Claire, you know, created a mascot character whose name is Frecchio. You know, Frecchio is a combination of Firenze and Pinocchio. We will show you the image later on. Okay. And oh, do you want to show it now? Okay. All right. And well, so now it's, you know, it's going on very enthusiastically. And so on behalf of the students of Kyoto University, I'm so much looking forward to our further development of our collaboration. Thank you again. Thank you. I'm going to show the Frecchio image.
もしコネクションできれば共有した方がいい。いける？
Can she share the image of Frecchio on the screen?
Thank you.
I'll try to connect from my.
Or we can show it with the tablet.
But if it's connected, like maybe it's good to share.
Yes. Yeah. It's okay. I'm sorry. It was. I'm trying to I'm trying to connect the PC.
So try now if you can share.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. Okay, she will share the screen. けた。
Okay, now you can-
いけない？
Let me.
Can you airdrop the picture here? Oh, yeah.
Just screenshot it and just send it over here.
Okay, we will airdrop the teacher and then to share.
Okay.
何でか。やばいな。
若い人早いよ。何そのよう早いの。
若いけど。いや全然違うんですこのデジタルネイティブは。
届くやかな Okay.
言えた？わお。
Oh, yes.
はいや。
すごい。
いいな。
ハイテク。OK。
OK。
で、ピクチャーのところで。今さっき出たでしょ？ピクチャー下に。
Okay, wait, I think the 3面図の方が
Okay. Now we
これ
see.
がさすがアニメーション全部は。
ああ、
I don't think the picture is like.
そうそう。そこで入ってるよ。
Oh, okay.
Ah. Can you see it?
Yes. Yes.
Can you
Ah.
see share?
Yes, I see.
The,
Lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
and then his name is what? Frecchio?
ひるきを。
キレキヨ。
Frecchio.
This
Frecchio.
character is going to, introduce the culture of
But
Florence.
so this character will be working in into the campus to introduce, friends and all your activities. Actually.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
そうですね。すごい。
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Claire, and the work of your you did Firecchio. Firecchio is lovely name. Lovely name. Okay, so may I ask to Oshino-san? Oshino-san, you would like to say some words?
Thank you very much for ceremony. Everything is organized every time, and then each country also. And then this time, I'm very grateful to this opportunity, valuable opportunity. And just I wanted to meet directly the student, and so I came from Tokyo. And someday we are going to together to Florence, and then I want to introduce how similar Kyoto and then Florence. Maybe Sakusan also. So I'm very excited for the exhibition. So thank you very much for this activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear Oshino. As Carlotta said before, you can't imagine completely how much consideration we have for you, your activity, and your sharing of our feelings, of our mission. Again, thanks a lot for Oshino-san, because you are really an important person for so now if you allow me, I would like to make my presentation, and would like to give a detail about, first of all, our point of view, the same point of view that a few minutes before Professor Sako-san perfectly synthesized. So I will ask your patience and attention. And then I will, in my presentation, give some further details about how the projects that you are taking part works. But before, let me also thank Carlotta and Caterina that for their presence and participation. You know how much busy they are. I don't know how much long they can stay, but of course, I invite you to
Yes.
say hello and leave at your convenience. I appreciate personally the time that you dedicated to our meeting, and because I know how much busy you are, and at the same time how much closer to Kyoto city and Kyoto Seika University you are. So thank you very much, Carlotta.
Thank you.
And Caterina.
Thank you. Thank you. And we will meet very soon, hopefully. Carlotta and Caterina.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just conversation.
And goodbye to you all.
Okay, thank you again. So now I try to share. I try now to share my screen. I hope to be as much clever as Claire to share my screen. Okay, here you are. So, do you see my screen? Do you see my screen?
Yes. Screen, you can see it. Yes.
Just a moment.
Oh, can you share again?
I try again.
Back to the neutral screen.
So, are you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So, again, do you see my presentation?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. So, as I said before, the first aim of this presentation is to give to all the students present there a general overview of what Life Beyond Tourism is, how it was born, what are the main targets and strategies adopted for promoting intercultural dialogue and mutual friendship through the culture, through the travel. Let's go on. And of course, today we are with Kyoto Seika University, that thanks to the work and attention and sharing of Professor President Mr. Sako Sensei, there is a new wave of collaboration, and we are glad of it. So, again, Life Beyond Tourist Travel to Dialogue is born with the aim of promoting knowledge between countries of different culture and contributing to the diffusion and affirmation of universal values such as respect, harmony among people, intercultural dialogue, and peaceful coexistence. So, and we believe that one way to get that mission, to pursue that mission, is to struggle against the current degrade of the economic-oriented viewpoint of the travel experience. And we would like to transform the tourism experience for a simple occasion of leisure into a precious moment of encounter between people of different cultures. So, the Life Beyond Tourism movement rely upon the 30 years long experience by the Romualdo Del Bianco Foundation, and in proposing a model of travel that enhance local tradition and exceed tourism in service and consumption, and would like to promote an ethic and not only sustainable tourism, as opposed to the current mass tourism, as Mr. President Sacco said before, that is killing our planet as well, and would like to promote a global awareness on cultural diversity and human values of respect and solidarity. So building peace in the world with dialogue, thanks to heritage, travel, meeting with welcome and hospitality, communication, knowledge, protection of the personality of the place and its economy. This is our vision. And our mission is to promote the knowledge of the diversity of cultural expressions of the various territories with their know-how. So, going on with my presentation, this is a simple representation of the partnership that in over 30 years we have been able to produce and create so far. And as Carlotta said before, we would like, through Life Beyond Tourism, we would like to create a connection between the three important UNESCO conventions, the 72, 2003, and 2005, heritage protection, intangible cultural diversity, and intangible heritage. And we have Life Beyond Tourism is a theoretical, scientific approach to the heritage enhancement, but also a system of practical application to favor a new form of progress and solidarity. So we would like to focus on heritage sites, because in consideration of the fact that they are attracting people from different countries and different culture, and they are so offering the possibility to build interpersonal relationship. Not only, but there is also, they have the opportunity to preserve and enhance the local tradition and the contemporary art and culture of the places. And there is another important aspect that we would like to highlight, and that through heritage sites, cultural heritage sites, we would like to inspire the minds, the emotions, and behavior of young generations and travel toward the openness to culture, knowledge, and intercultural dialogue. So these are some representation of what we dislike. Crowded people that are satisfying their selfishness, needs, and exigencies, that they don't realize. This is another picture of the Uffizi Gallery, the most important Italian museum. So you can see crowded people attracted by culture, but at the same time, they are not put in the capacity of realizing the opportunity of meeting each other, the opportunity to know and to exchange knowledge, friendship, solidarity, inclusiveness, as Professor Sacco said before. This is our main target. I would like now, if you allowed me, I hope I will be clear, to show you a short video that we created where, and invite you to put your attention to the keywords of that video. I hope I will be able. Are you seeing the video on my screen? Yes? Okay. So I go.
Yes. Oh, is it supposed to have sound?
No sound. なんか飛んでるの。
Ah, you don't see.
あれかな。やっぱりあれ。We see, but yeah, no sound. このサウンドはうちのサウンドはうちのサウンドじゃない。
It's not. It's not.
Okay. Okay. Oh. やっぱ通信が弱い。その計算するの。
Oh yeah.
多分ネットに載ってるし。
ネットにあるはずですね、このビデオね。
後でまとめてくるんだ。
Okay, so I don't know. Did you listen? Was I able to share also the sound or not? If not, please apologize. My short knowledge and proficiency in technical tools. However, do you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so let's go on with my presentation. So, with Life Beyond Tourism, we would like to focus the attention on territories, on sites, and on their local cultural expression that, of course, represent the ancient Romans used to say the spiritus loci. So the spirit of the place, and doing so, we would like that this represent an opportunity to favor awareness and sense of belongings and ownership of the place, and especially on young generation. But also it's an opportunity for sharing knowledge and inclusiveness to feed the culture of encounters, and at the same time to favor a better quality of relationship between people, between the presence, between heritage, citizens and travelers, residents, and in solidarity with the territories, in terms also of an adequate number of visitors and extensions of the stay. So we focus primarily on the human aspects, but we don't, of course, forget the economic aspects that in any cases must be respected when we talk about culture and tourism. But we would like to struggle against the current version of tourism that is a prevalent consumistic oriented viewpoint. And we would like to privilege a people-centered approach of tourism, to privilege the quality of the travel experience that also benefit the destination community if we create a better balance between quantity and quality of the tourist experience. So, as Carlotta said before, Life Beyond Tourism is not tourism only, but it is primarily a commitment in increasing the region awareness and raise the interest of young people in local cultural identity, and awareness in the capacity of contributing to the attractiveness and the fruition of the sites where they live and work. So we would like to spur a sort of civic and social responsibility of the young generation for the place and the culture of the place where they live, because they can contribute to create a cohesive territorial development based on the ethical principles of mutual respect, intercultural dialogue between local communities and visitors' community. So dialogue among culture and enhancement of the place's identity and local heritage and cultural expression. These are the two milestones of the travel of life beyond tourism travel to dialogue movement. Which are the instruments that we activated so far? The first one, as you know, is the portal lifebeyondtourism.org, where we publish, we give evidence and to the activities that we are trying to promote, but we would like also to offer to the partners and university to promote their activity each in front of the other institutions that are collaborating with us. So the other instrument is the creation of the Life Beyond Tourism Info Point Network. And today we are really glad that officially also Kyoto Seika University entered in this network of university that day by day are increasing. And this is our main opportunity to put each university in contact with the other and to enlarge the process of internationalization of the awareness of culture as and tourism as a mean for promoting dialogue. So we would like to put at disposal of the dots, of the points of this network, the opportunity to interact, exchange, to share their experience in enhancement the identity of the region. So it's a sort of a global participatory tools for promoting the connection between young people talking about culture and cultural diversity. So this is a representation up to date of the universities that are progressively joining the Life Beyond Tourism Info Point Network. And allow me, Mr. President Sako-san, to ask if you can, of course, your help to involve some partners from Mali. I had time ago the fortune to meet experts in cultural heritage of Mali, and Mali has a lot of treasures that are worthy to be promoted and put in and get visibility. So let's go on. Here are some pictures of the previous Life Beyond Tourism Info Points. So the universities and colleagues of yours that right now are working to produce their cultural storytelling in Ivanovo, Russia, in Riga, in Latvia, Durham, in UK, Vilnius in Lithuania, and then again in Russia, in Azerbaijan, in Poland, in Italy, of course, in Kyrgyzstan, in Slovak Republic, again in Russia. And so this is a movement that day by day has the fortune to see new added friends and institutions sharing the same commitment in promoting their cultural identity for the reason of favoring intercultural dialogue. So, and let's go on to the focus of our meeting. So to the project Back to Life Revitalization of Places Post-COVID-19, that is, let's say, the first commitment of the Life Beyond Tourism InfoPoint network. So, and these projects focus on the term of local cultural expression. Let me remind that UNESCO define cultural expressions as those expressions that result from the creativity of individuals, group, and society, and that have cultural content. So this is the milestones, the term of reference, the point of reference that you are asked to consider when you will produce your cultural storytelling. And again, doing so, we are confident and sure that you will develop a sense of shared identity, a sense of ownership of place, a sense of belonging the place where you live, and you will be also have the opportunities to engage and to make local communities aware of the importance of the task that you are carry out. And we don't forget that giving visibility to your cultural identity is also a way for fostering income generating capacity of your territory cultural expressions. So let me, in practical terms for cultural expressions, there are artisan, local products, common saying, typical foods, of course, also some aspects of the tangible heritage like culture, like landscape, but also traditional knowledge, also intangible aspect of heritage, belief. So there are, as I told before to Claire, these are some addresses that we give to you for producing your work, but you are the bearer, you are the most reliable representative of the region of Kyoto. So nobody better than you can select which are the most important cultural expression to be highlighted by your storytelling. The step of the projects Back to Life Revitalization of Places Post-COVID-19 are forward. And today we are leaving the first one. So hosting the Life Beyond Tourism Info Day that again would like to give you a general overview of our philosophy and our project, and the photo exhibition Florence in the World. Again, let me emphasize that it is not, it is just a way. We have sent to you the exhibition of Florence as an example of how we have interpreted the Florence identity from our point of view. But it is just one example, it's just one pattern. You are free to use the same model, but again, you are free to give the most authentic interpretation of the place, because you are living the place of Kyoto. The second step is the possibility for you for improving and going deeper the knowledge of Life Beyond Tourism is the possibility to attend the e-learning Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue course, e-learning course, The third step is the production from you of the cultural storytelling of the place you choose. The fourth and last step is the participation to the International Festival of the Regional Cultural Expression from the World in Florence, 25-26 November 2021. So again, the first step is hosting the exhibition, Florence in the World. And I go on with my slide because this is just a repetition of what I said before, and just to remind that are 42 original shot by Corina Del Bianco, the third sister of Carlotta and Caterina. She is a PhD. She is a teacher at the Technical University of Milano. And there are 14 panels with 3 photos depicting architecture, color, building, products, and view. And is endowed by NFC chip. Again, as I promise also to Yuki-san, maybe I hope not to be wrong, I will send you also the poster with the QR code for a better fruition of the exhibition. So here you are some examples. The fact is that through the NFC technology, you have also the possibility to upload, the picture that you would like to show as representative of your identity. Some points of the explaining where the exhibition has been already open, but again, this slide will host day by day new added points of dissemination of that exhibition. The Life Beyond Tourism Info Day, again, also here, I don't want to bore you further. We are leaving the Life Beyond Tourism Info Day that is, I aim to share with you our experience and our thoughts, how to contribute to a better inclusivity in society. The e-learning course is the second step, and as I told you before, it is 2 hours long. So we decided to create a short e-learning course because I know how much busy students are. So, and in these 2 hours, we give a basis of understanding of the main concept of the Life Beyond Tourism research, which again sees heritage as a tool of creating opportunities of intercultural dialogue, inclusiveness, and cohesiveness. So there are 3 modules. The first one with 2 lessons provides an introduction of the course with conceptual and terminological study. The second, also made up of 2 lessons, deals with the theme of the influence of tourism on a site with its risks and opportunities. Finally, the third one is 3 lessons and explore the world of life beyond tourism from its beginning to its milestone. During the course, students will be asked also to do simple research, browsing the internet, and find the same possibility example of create their own reference. But again, everything is no more long than 2 or 3 hours. I don't remember exactly. So, but it's a short immersion on our philosophy. And what it is really important from the fruition point of view is that you can stop and for a while and retake the day later, the week later, in case you have other commitment, of course. So the third point is the production of cultural storytelling of your region, and this is the core of your participation to the project Back to Life. And I have shared with Manabu-san the guidelines. So again, a sort of examples and in suggestions how to prepare this cultural storytelling with this description, with map and pictures, description of city, town, points of cultural interest, itineraries, custom, tradition, local festival, gastronomy, and also and so on. But again, this guideline is just a sort of rough indication of how to produce a cultural storytelling. You are free to add other tools or other way to represent your identity. What we, however, would like to focus your attention is also to pay attention to the artisan, cultural institution, and typical companies, typical product makers, because this is a sort of human capital of the territory that we believe is worthy to be highlighted and to be represented in your cultural storytelling. The last one is the Florence Festival in 2021, November 25th and 26th. And in that occasion, we ask also not only to produce a cultural storytelling, but also to synthesize your cultural storytelling in 3 pictures with the same format as the format of the Florence exhibition. But don't worry, because we will print in Florence your 3 posters, and we will put in those 3 posters a chip that connected with your complete cultural storytelling that is hosted in our Life Beyond Tourist portal. So we create the same model of the Florence exhibition with the Kyoto in Florence. So the NFC, in other words, the NFC technology will be used by us also to give visibility to the complete research, to the complete storytelling that you have produced in Kyoto. And we will do, of course, with all the other universities that are working for producing the storytelling. And we would like that meeting in Florence in November will be an ideal worldwide intersection of cultural identities by young people, nurturing the desire of knowledge, respect, and dialogue, and prompting the post-pandemic travel for values, for territorial resilience and cohesiveness. So this is also the address of the festival, and you can gather there all the other information that you would like. Let me remind that from the 1st September 2001, there will be possible to register your group. And the 30 September 2021 is the deadline for presenting your cultural storytelling. Again, the skills development that we expect for you, again, is to engender in you a sense of cultural belonging and awareness, to let you contribute to the visibility of your local communities and to make your territory cohesive and contribute to create an imaging of your region as attractive for a new model of tourism, a model of inclusive tourism, ethic tourism. And we are sure that while you will prepare your cultural storytelling, you will also develop new tools and knowledge for interpreting and understanding your cultural identity. And doing so, of course, we believe that this is also an opportunity to give visibility, international visibility to your region and contribute to their the income generating capacities of the local cultural expression of your territory. Again, we would like to spur young generation because they are so creative. We would like to invite the young generation to use their creativity for making their region even more attractive. But at the same time, we are talking about attractiveness of people that are interested in sharing and in knowing your knowledge. We are not interested in the hit and run tourist. This is a form of tourism that completely neglect one of the biggest opportunity that heritage and tourism have. Again, the opportunity to make people closer, the opportunity to make people respectful of cultural diversity, respectful of the people who are different in terms of culture, in terms of ideology, in terms of religion, but all of them are worthy to be known, to be understood, and to share with them. Because in this way, we really believe that we can give from our small point of view, we can give to donate a drop for creating a better world to live. This is the place where the festival will be hosted, and Oshino-san knows very well. He's in the very historical downtown of Florence, the Auditorium al Duomo. And I also share with you an example of storytelling made by colleagues from Georgia on Kvemo-Kartli region. So you will see, so this is the kind of job they did, and also the working team from the New Higher Education Institute in Tbilisi. So we are ready to start. You are ready to start. We are really welcoming you in this experience that we are sure, we believe that will create, will allow you to improve your spirit also, and to be an experience for you for upgrading your knowledge, professional knowledge as well. Let me also, I have concluded my presentation on the projects you are asked to participate. Let me just remind you other kinds of initiatives that our foundation is doing, like the publications. Also, Professor Sacco contributed with his essay in our publication. And of course, you also received some of them together with the exhibition. This is the last one, the 2020. In spite of the pandemic, we were able to conclude the publication of these three books devoted to building peace through heritage. Other information is regarding the European funded projects for the creation of curricula in universities in culture and tourism and communication, where Life Beyond Tourism has been included. So in 2000, SURE is the project that ended in 2019, and the current one is UNINET, United City Network for Cultural Heritage Integrated Protection, Management and Use. At the conclusion of this project, Life Beyond Tourism will enter in the curricula of 4 European universities. And of course, when the time will allow again, we will continue to produce scientific symposia and meeting where people from different countries can contribute in sharing their knowledge and experience in the field of heritage, travel and intercultural dialogue. So we are concluded. Arigatou gozaimasu, and thank you very much for your attention. Now I try to, okay. I have finished, and I thank you for all those who took part in my presentation. Of course, if you have some questions, I will be delighted to answer. And again, otherwise.
Oh, yes, I do have. I have another question.
Okay, so dozo.
Oh, okay. I heard about the internships in Florence, and I would like to know more about it.
Yes. Just
like specifically what kind of internship?
Yes. So the first, just 1 month ago, a girl from Vilnius ended her internship, and now we are starting an internship with University of Bologna in Italy. Of course, for the we are open also to share with the students a period of internship devoted to know better life beyond tourism and devoted to implement life beyond tourism in the territory the internee is from. Honestly, let me say that so far we have privileged those internships by universities who are enlisted in the Erasmus program. I don't know if a non-European communitarian university can access Erasmus program. I think so. There is a special part of this European training program devoted to non-European universities. But I would like to invite your office of international partnership to investigate to the possibility. But it is.
Yeah, Simone, I think we'd like, we'd like to, look into the possibility. But when it comes to Erasmus program, I remember there's a category called Erasmus Plus or Erasmus Mundus. That I think that would apply to the students from Asian countries. And or besides Erasmus program, I wonder if there's any possibility for you to accept some interns at your foundation. That would be also very nice.
Of course, we again, if there is the possibility to for Kyoto Seika University to access to Erasmus Mundus program, we are glad to host students from Kyoto Seika University. Because let me be honest, Erasmus Mundus program provide a sort of insurance for students, provides funds for lodging in Florence. This is just a practical aspect, because of course we can't afford to pay the stay in Florence. So apart those economic aspects, we are ready to host an internee from Kyoto Seika University. At all, there is no. If you want, Manabu-san, I can share also the working program, and you can see if it suits you, and then we privilege Erasmus Mundus because we avoid to pay to support the insurance cost and the accommodation cost. But honestly, if Kyoto Seika University can support those expenses, we can host in our building students from Kyoto Seika and share with them the Life Beyond Tourism methodology for testing, implementing in Kyoto.
Sounds great, Simone, and thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
of course, there is another. Sorry, Manabu-san, there is another element to be considered now, is connected with the pandemic. I don't know precisely which is the regulation of transfer between Japan and Italy, if there is the need of a quarantine or not. I don't know that, honestly. We have also to investigate that regulation, but for sure, we are confident that in the future, the situation will be better. So again,
Japan, now Japan, the vaccination, Okay, the vaccination became the key word actually for us, and then the Japanese government decided to accelerate the vaccination for any student who want to go to for internship or for like exchange programs actually. So now we are working on that. So students will be vaccinated, and then Japan also is working with partner countries to receive students who finish their vaccine actually. So now we are even ready to vaccine 5 students actually. Yeah, including you.
yeah.
I've just taken that.
Yeah, America soon.
So that's what we are doing now. So of course, maybe for Italy, it's not maybe just now, but maybe next year, but still will be vaccinated. So don't worry about that. So then we can talk more about it.
Yes, of course, dear Professor Sacco. The situation is in evolution, and fortunately, day by day, the situation is improving. So, just to say you what happened, with the girl before. The girl who had was the last internee here in Florence from Lithuania. She started in March 2021 for 2 months, and of course, when she arrived, she had to pass the quarantine, and before arriving, she had the certificate health that she has not
This year.
this year. Yes,
Yeah,
but
this year.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's I mean, it's a certificate of PCR, they call it.
Yeah, it's the document that allowed her to enter in Italy. But again, this was the situation in March when we activated the internship program. I am sure that maybe in 6 months, the situation will be so better that there will be no other limits or a hurdle from the COVID point of view. I think, as you say, that if the internee is vaccinated, there are no problem to adopt it. So, to sum up, we have decided to start again the program of traineeship in Florence. And we started from, as I told you, March 2021, but we would like to go on for future. So doors are open for students from Kyoto Seika University who would like to learn better in Florence life beyond tourism and to implement and try to implement with our assistance life beyond tourism in their hometown.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds very good. I hope the corona situation will get better soon. And anyway, we'll try our best to look for all the possibilities. So, and thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you very much. Again, let me recommend, dear, especially I am addressing to Gion, to Cher, Yuki, Claire, Masa-san. If you have some questions, and Manabu, of course, Manabu-san, if you have one question, please write me. I have the pleasant duty to assist you over the next month to present Kyoto during our festival. It will be a pleasure. You know, I was in Kyoto several times, long time ago, but I never forget, and I didn't forget Kyoto and its traditions, its culture. It's something that remains in my heart and memory.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so if there are no other questions,
じゃあ質問あったらね、メールで何かありますか？今ここで聞いておきたいこと。ゆきさんとか大丈夫？ちゃん。まだ。はい。Okay, we are fine right now.
Okay, so again, dear Professor President Sacco-san, dear Oshino-san, dear Manabu-san, dear all guys, thank you again for your time, your dedication, your attention, and really, really look forward for getting you in touch for the opening of the exhibition of Florence and for working together for producing the storytelling of Kyoto in Florence, November 2021. And so, and also hello also to the Korean colleague. Sorry, I forgot her that she's connected online. Say hello also to her. And so
He's there.
many greetings to everybody. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu. Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci. Ciao. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. また会いましょう。
また
あの
また会いましょう。
また会いましょう。
Arrivederci.